Hi everyone, hope you're doing good. Welcome to my channel. I am so sorry for the brief silence recently. Um, I haven't been very well. Right now, right now we're in the middle of winter, African winter, and my bones are not enjoying the cold, cold weather. So, long story short, for the first time in forever, I don't think I've really had much trouble with wheelchair related health issues. Like I have my pre existing condition, but not so many because I have to use a wheelchair. So this was the first time that I've experienced that. And I have developed some terrible pressure pain in my lower body tailbone area, and it is really bad and also quite dangerous. So I've been trying to rest and just recuperating, but that's not what we're here to talk about today. Today, I want to talk about a few things that I wish somebody would have told me or warned me about at the onset of the chronic illness, at the onset of the FND, at the onset of having a disability. Like, I feel like a lot of people, I don't think I'm alone, have had to figure out stuff for themselves. And sometimes you just look back and wish, wow, I wish somebody had warned me about that. So, what I wish I had been warned about, the first thing would be the importance of finding a doctor who is good, a doctor who is patient, a doctor who is empathetic, and most of all, a doctor who you trust. Most likely, you're going to need to see a team of doctors, and the primary person, that person who's running the show, running the team, which is also brings me to another point. You need to find a doctor who is able to take accountability and to take responsibility. I've had a very terrible experience of some doctors shirking from that responsibility. And when things go wrong, everybody just puts their hands up and says, "Hey, that's not my patient." It's sad, but it happens. And people be people. And so I wish somebody had told me, and I'll tell you, to prioritize finding a good doctor. It's not enough to have the credentials. Obviously, the credentials are prerequisite, but you also need somebody who you trust, somebody who has integrity, somebody who you respect, someone because when this person gives you the treatment plan, for you to be able to adhere to it, that trust element, that knowing that this doctor wants the best for you, I think it goes a long way in any kind of treatment. Thing number two that I wish somebody would have told me from the beginning. I think someone should have told me, I wish I had known how important protecting my mental health is, and just everything relating to mental health, whatever that means to you. I think I didn't understand before the importance of just understanding the impact of our childhood backgrounds, our family history, our family background, and just dealing with any unresolved issues, specifically for people who have chronic disorders. I say that because I think with the isolation that comes with the illness and with everything that comes with the illness, we have a propensity to sink into depression, and it's understandable. But also, there's a way out, and just having a therapist, having someone to talk you through all of those, the doldrums. I call them the doldrums. It can do so much for your mental well being. I always say I'm a mom, I'm a single mom. So you can understand how important it is for me to want to show up for my son to be the best version of myself. So, yeah, thing number three, I wish someone would have told me would have been to also do my own research, like relating to not so much the illness, but occupational therapy. I think switching from able bodied to disabled was something I just had no idea how to transition. I'm not sure if that's a good word. How to transition from that to this. And I had to learn a lot of things the hard way. Being bedridden for over a year, I think that could have been avoided if I had known a few things. So, occupational therapy, you can reach out to an occupational therapist and just help you basically arrange your home, your living space, your working space into an accommodating environment. It's really stressful when you're thinking about all the things you need to do, and then you think about how difficult it is for you to do those things. So, one thing that really gave me personally a lot of freedom and weirdly tied into my mental health as well was just making my home area or any place where I spend so much time, making it accessible, accommodating, and a nice place for me to hang around. I figured, uh, what do I want to say? I lost my train of thought. I learned how to move around my bedroom, in a comfortable way. So, for instance, I figured out some clothes that I don't like to wear, mostly because it's just hard to put on. So, you find clothes that generally have got small necks, I tend to avoid. I'm wearing this one today. It looks like it's got a high neck, but it's actually got buttons. And I don't often wear shirts with buttons. That's another type of shirt that I avoid. But it's cold season and I'm trying to keep warm. So I try to avoid clothes with buttons because that stresses me out. So depending on how my fingers are working, that can be very difficult, painful, and then I go through that whole cycle. So I arrange my clothes in a specific way that makes it so easy when I wake up to just pull out the clothes I need, wearing comfortable clothes. And I usually don't fold my clothes because that also stresses me, the folding them, unfolding them, removing them from a cupboard. And I prefer to arrange them on hangers and just pull out the coat hanger, get whatever I need ready to wear. That has really helped. In the kitchen as well, I put everything at my level of height since I'm mostly in a seated position. So even when I'm moving with the crutches, I try not to reach overhead because that is difficult for me to do. So what I try to do is to have everything, just at my from my chest going down, waist level, chest to waist, as long as it's comfortable for me. And you do that for you too. I have a lot of plastic plates. I have a lot of plastic cups, plastic spoons. And in the beginning, because of the hand tremors, I was always breaking stuff, right? So now I have moved to plastic plates and it takes away that stress of possibly breaking my things. And every time I'd break them, I'd have like this mental cycle and yeah, it would be a whole thing. So, yeah. And if you have trouble with tremors, there's all kinds of assistive cutlery that you can use that can help you eat your food. If you're Zambian like me, we mostly eat with our hands, so that already helps a lot. Yeah. This is thing number three. I don't know. You're going to have to help me keep count. Thing number four that I wish someone had told me would be to keep fit. I learned this quite late, and I wish I had from the beginning. So, due to being bedridden and the effect, the side effect of so much medication, I gained so much weight because of, the immobility, the disability. And I only learned like 3 years later that, everybody needs to keep fit and healthy. And long story short, my therapist told me that it's not an excuse to be disabled, not being fit. You still have to work out. You still have to get your cardio in. Still have to get your strength training. Now, obviously, if you're not used to this, you want to work with a physiotherapist or, somebody professional. Don't hurt yourself. What has worked for me is finding workouts that I enjoy. In the beginning, I hated it. Everything hurt. It was triggering so much muscle spasms and pain. But now I've been able to find gentle movement that actually leaves me feeling good, leaves my body feeling good. It it actually has like a good effect on my mood, on my sleep. It improves my sleep, and generally just the psychological benefits of workout. I can't emphasize it enough. So I do a lot of yoga. The flexibility helps with my stiffness in the joints, stiff muscles, and it just like melts it away into butter. And I've recently started Pilates as well. I try to avoid the lower body because my lower body is a lot weaker, and I focus on upper body strength, upper body. So now I can say my upper body strength is really there, I got some broad shoulders, but it's okay. I got strength. And thing number five, I wish somebody had told me, would be again just finding assistive devices that actually help. In this modern day, there's so many things that are out there at our disposal that you can buy to help make your life a little bit more comfortable, a little bit more accessible to you. So again, with like, I give an example, the hand tremors. I did some reading up online and I found out that most people wear these gloves that help with neuropathic pain. So these are the gloves that I have here. And these gloves can just be found any online store. They're not expensive. I got these from Amazon and they really help reduce that neuropathic pain. When the pain starts, it can cause swelling. It also acts like a compression glove and just keeps that swelling at bay. And it helps me write. And that's another thing I also found. I recently bought myself a digital tablet because sometimes typing on my keyboard can also be quite painful. So I can switch between typing and using my digital tablet and pen. And then I have like a heating pad. Long story, find out what you can get to help alleviate whatever discomfort you're feeling, whatever symptoms are troubling you for that season, for that flare up, and just have them like a sport billy bag. You'll be pulling out whatever you need on whatever day. Okay, so I'm getting tired now. I'm going to say goodbye and please share my page, like and subscribe. And let me know what kind of content you'd like to see on this page. I'm pretty new to this, so I want to hear from you. Okay, bye for now.